Mondo.
Ndima graduates kan.
Hapana ma graduates pano.
Mira kujoga. Zita ndiani? Dedzeresa.
Ndonzi Chester Nduma ndandiri paizeta.
Nyako nde?
Ndakaenda kugraduation ndisiri kugraduate ndakapeka gawu.
Zita ndiani? Andikuziye.
Profit mabaya.
Dedzeresa.
Profit mabaya.
Nyako nde?
Ndakaudza vanhu ndakagraduate paUNISA.
Zita ndiani?
Honorable Shadrack Mpuru.
Pisa chiyeta pana honorable pana. Nyako nde?
Nandiri paUNISA pana.
What pa UNISA now? Mamuri in the same class?
Yeah. Ayo.
Confusion. Wakazeta sene all left.
Ndazoregira unikati ana kudaita hangu zvebhora nekuvaka mastadium.
Ngatichoke.
Ujambo ratotisa pana.
Ngatichoke.
My people, comrades and friends, welcome to another episode of The Week with me, Comrade Fatso. And what a week it's been. Trump has been saying futseke to Ramaphosa, Kagame has been saying futseke to SADC, and the Zimbabwean economy has been saying futseke to basic economics. But first, everyone's favorite rogue war veteran, Blessing Geza, was back on our screens this week, and he had some choice punchlines to deliver to the press.
We invited him to go peacefully, but instead, he is digging in and continues to push the unconstitutional agenda of 2030. The only 2030 you will see is 8:30 on the clock.
This Bali has got some bars. Parikupisa. He's basically telling ED that the only 2030 he's going to see is 8:30 p.m. on a clock, saying kuti, time is up. Where are the tenderpreneurs so we can print these t-shirts? I mean, as the saying goes, till my t-shirts, alichakupai. Geza is basically doing killer press conference after killer press conference. He even apologized for helping to put Mnangagwa in power. Pakabaizika. Basically, Geza akageza mazizo. He went on to call ED a monster. It's the weird case of biting the monster's hand that feeds you, because these guys were getting along so well this whole time. So, what changed? Well, Geza is allegedly part of the Chiwenga faction that wants to take power from ED. Geza also came out with this.
Comrade Mutamba, uruburu wedu iwe. Slow down. Vanhu vacho, muno munyika yacho, yavakasunungura, vanhu vakasunungurwa. Moapura futi, moasunga, including the opposition.
I love how he inserts opposition there as a little afterthought. Kuti, you know, opposition are human beings too, I think. And in no relation whatsoever to these war vets outbursts, no coincidence or anything, the Presidential War Veterans Fund has just been allocated 1.5 million USA. They're going to get this money as interest-free loans to start businesses and to achieve self-sufficiency. Saka, no more press conferences, please. Just focus on your pumvudza. Bribery, anyone?
Apa pasina wina. Nekuti vanhu vanoda kuti munhu anga achibhaiza last season adzoserwe. Uone. Munhu agara kubhaiza apa achemberekawo. Agara akapinda akachembera kudhara.
Unoona chinhu ndakakutaura kuti this is bullshit young man. Andinoona. Azviite izvi.
Apa munhu ma on go. Isusu taifanira kunge tiri kupemberera zviti tisina stress but hakuna kana chinhu chiri kumbofamba.
Guys ari kuchema tatsamba. Ende kuti ana kutraina kawo. Anotraina ka isusu. Unoona?
He is insisting upon himself. Unoona? Ende izvezvi takuda kuti muone kuti patransfer window yetu tobva tangomupa.
Anda ungonzi ga. Kene mhuri yake ndoega kana kudya onzi ga nevanhu vanomomberera asina zvanoita ga. Mhuri yake zvi. Yemuchinda uyu.
Mhuri yaMagwaya.
Magwaya ndani?
Magwaya mani. Unoziva mhuri yaMagwaya ere?
Muita zve Magwaya.
Magwaya bhora ka mani vakudyisa pakura.
Okay. Yes, vasanongotanga masaka do.
On the real though, we as Zimbabwean citizens need to resist the 2030 agenda of extending the presidential term without getting sucked into ZANU's factional dynamics. If, as Zimbabweans, we want to leave a better country for our children, then we need to stop the tearing apart of our constitution for the sake of the power and wealth of a few. Enough is enough. Talk to your neighbors, start a local group, organize and educate. #no to 2030. We now cross over to Munya for the financial report.
Kutonga nyika kusvika zvingoro zvakubhadhariswa mutero. Welcome back to the financial report this week. ZRP's Operation Restore School Fees Zatikajka mna December is continuing, and it is continuing with a voraciousness rivaled only by Naro. Hairline Yannick Mangwan. It wasn't enough that we have to have these tiny fire extinguishers. Honestly, what is that really supposed to do? Zvekuti moto yangu inorana on empty and will probably only burn for like 4 minutes. Ajini. $10 to prove kuti wakaona kuti zviri nani kuti utsve mzuva uchitengesa mapineapple pane kuswera uchitsva mzuva uchikanda maCV munyika yauri kuziva kuti hamuna mabasa. And my question is, where does it end? Whichever sharp and counter book system is keeping track of these payments, or are we going to have to start getting license plates for Shingoro? Is it the same price as the one for a car? Do you get 35% off? Ukasungirira wega nekasimbi? Ko ndikangori paka ndisingari push, do I still have to pay or ndakubhadhara fine yemsika? Inbox munotora here. Ko iwo matriangle vhiri rikaponja. Ngurai extra here. Vanwe, how is anyone supposed to run a business in this country when you keep inventing new licenses and fines for not knowing about new licenses and old licenses to collect new fines, and then red drink, but you don't know, did you have to take care of just the one police officer or do you have to take care of the whole roadblock team in Enyota? Go ZBC, and you know what? You can't tell who you're supposed to take care of because it's too much, comrade. It's too much. Back to you.
Thanks for that report, Munya. It never rains but pours for Walter Magaya. After news broke last week that his UNISA diploma was fake, Zach has apparently opened a case against him for his fraudulent ways. The only PhD this man of God has is his church. Ba-da-boom. Good one, eh? Another rather shaky PhD is that of Dokota Shaki Tamburwa. The ZANU-PF MP for Chigutu West outdid his predecessor Dexter Nduna, who faked a degree graduation. Tamburwa took it up a notch and faked a whole PhD in nothing. Donald Trump has been cutting funding left, right and center, playing Royal Rumble with the whole world. This week he went for South Africa because Hanzi, they are treating whites very badly. Trump said in a Truth Social post, South Africa is confiscating land and treating certain classes of people very badly. The United States won't stand for it. We will act. Also, I will be cutting off all future funding to South Africa until a full investigation of the situation has been completed. Trump's action is most likely because of SA's new land expropriation law, and because the far-right fanboy and tech billionaire Elon Musk is probably whispering in Trump's ear about white genocide in South Africa. Whatever. Last month, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa signed into law a bill that allows land seizures without compensation in certain circumstances. Land ownership has been a bit of a nyaya in South Africa because most private farmland is owned by white people. 30 years after the end of apartheid. Go figure. In 2017, a South African government report said that of the farmland that was in the hands of private individuals, 72% was white-owned. Saka, all the ANC is trying to do is to right an historical wrong. Land to the landless. Ramaphosa clapped back at Trump, saying the recent adopted Expropriation Act is not a confiscation instrument, but a constitutionally mandated legal process that ensures public access to land in an equitable and just manner, as guided by the Constitution. Ramaphosa also told Trump that him cutting funding is not my one, because the only funding that South Africa receives from the US is via the health initiative PEPFAR, which represents about 17% of South Africa's HIV/AIDS program. Now we're hearing that Cyril's guy had to call Elon's dad in order for Cyril to speak to Elon so that he could defuse the nyaya. Doma levels acho. We hope that Cyril managed to calm Elon down with some facts. Saka, basically, this whole land reform thing will be done constitutionally, and they haven't even confiscated any land yet. Thanks for joining us on The Week. Follow Magama TV on social media. I've been Comrade Fatso. You have been the people. This has been The Week. Thank you. Attack my Japanese and futseke.
ZANU-PF, factional battles are at the peak. In ZANU-PF, harassment.